As I mentioned right before the break, this is Immigrant Heritage Month. We want to acknowledge the successes and struggles unique immigrant communities have made in this country. Pew Research reports that immigrants make up more than 13% of the U.S. population. In addition to the cultural richness that immigrants bring to this country, they also bring significant economic gains. A study by the National Foundation for American Policy found metro areas with a higher share of immigrants have more dynamic economies and faster job growth. Yet despite those evident benefits, conservatives continue to spew anti-immigrant rhetoric, which in turn has resulted in a string of new red state laws targeting immigrant communities. Congresswoman Judy Chu and Congressman Ted Lieu are back with me. This is something very personal for me. I myself am an immigrant. I came to this country with my parents at a young age. And I want to start with you, Congressman Lieu. I mean, Thursday marked the 11th anniversary of DACA. Hundreds of thousands of recipients are still in limbo as they await a federal court decision about where the program stands. Have you been participating in discussions on the Hill about the need for comprehensive immigration reform, or is there any progress on that?
Thank you for your question. Let me first say what an honor it is to be on this show with you and also with Congresswoman Judy Chu, who is one of the strongest champions of immigration in Congress. I am an immigrant as well, and I fully support the DREAM Act. And if we put that on the floor of the House, it would pass with bipartisan support. Unfortunately, Speaker McCarthy is unwilling to do that. I also fully support comprehensive immigration reform.
Congresswoman, Ron DeSantis' controversial Senate Bill 1718 is set to go into effect on July 1st. This is, no doubt about it, an anti-immigration law that will bar undocumented immigrants from using driver's licenses from other states. Florida hospitals will also be required to ask for a patient's immigration status. Are you at all concerned that we may see copycat laws popping up across the country after this? We see it happen on other issues, whether it's abortion, but we're going to see it in Florida. Are we concerned that it's going to pop up elsewhere?
I'm very concerned about it. There are a spate of state laws that are restricting immigrant rights. And actually, another worrisome one that Ron DeSantis just signed is an alien land law, which says that persons from particular countries, China, Venezuela, and Cuba, cannot buy land in Florida. This goes back to the racist alien land laws that were in this country 100 years ago. But can you imagine a real estate agent having to check your immigration papers before they could actually sell you a condo? That's what we're coming down to.
Yeah, it is a very sad trajectory that we're on. Congressman Lieu, you know, we often hear that this country is a melting pot. We certainly want to believe that. But what do you think needs to happen for our collective actions to align with our words?
Well, let me just share with you a story. Last year, I had the opportunity to talk to a CEO in my district. He had a startup company. He also happens to be an immigrant, and he's making a new computer chip that's faster. So at some point, I asked him, how much faster is it? And he goes 50,000 times. I'm like, whoa. And then I thought, we attract the best and brightest. Who wakes up around the world and says, hey, I want to go to Moscow? No one thinks that. But they think of coming to the U.S. because we have the rule of law, we have talent, we have resources, and we'll let them execute their idea. And that's because we have a free, open, and democratic society. And that's going to keep us ahead of our peer competitors.
Congresswoman, you're the chair of the Asian Pacific American Caucus. Can you talk to us about some of the work that you're doing to advance pro-immigrant legislation, and how should your party be combating this anti-immigrant legislation that we see in places like Florida? And certainly this is going to be an issue that dominates in 2024.
Well, we have a shortage of immigrants in this country. We have this Chips and Science Act. We want to increase the amount of production of semiconductors, but we don't right now have the people in those fields that can occupy the jobs. And even though we put money into STEM, we don't have the immediate workers who can do that. And yet we have people knocking all over our doors from other nations and people who are educated in this country who could fill the bill if they're just given their employment visas. So yes, we have bills. Actually, I just went to a DREAM Act bill press conference for a bill that was just introduced. I'm also just about to introduce my Reuniting Families Act, a bill which will address the 4 million people backlog in the family visas, and there's a 1.5 million visa backlog for employment visas. So there are things we can do to fix this problem, and we can move this country forward if we are able to bring these people in.
Yeah, let's hope we can do that in a safe and secure manner for everyone. Congressman Lieu, Congresswoman Chu, I thank you very much to the both of you for joining us this evening. I greatly appreciate your time and your insights, as always.